here we are, guys, on the map Daybreak, probably one of the best maps in StarCraft 2 right now, and at the bottom left part of it in the red, representing Team Prime, it is Creator. Currently up 3-1 in this series against our blue Zerg player from the team Czech 6. Still very talented, still a very good Zerg player, but he's going to really need to dig deep if he wants to get back and win this series, I think. And I don't just mean research Burrow, it is Czech 6 Sleep.
Though that might help. Who knows?
That might help, yeah. Burrow's pretty good.
It is. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Well, I like that both these guys have done, nothing really cheesy yet in this set. Creator's always played a 3-base strategy. Sleep has gone up to pretty long macro builds as well, although his timings have been a little bit wonky. You know, but even in a best of, neither of these guys taking a huge risk to do something totally out of the ordinary.
Yeah, it's just kind of the way these guys play. I mean, Creator.Prime, of course, one of the least cheesy players in all of StarCraft 2, and Sleep, just kind of a very standard Zerg versus, well, pretty much everything player. So yeah, you don't see a lot of early rushes or cheeses out of both of them. Creator.Prime can be a little bit crazy in PvP sometimes, but overall, you know, he's pretty macro-oriented. And this game is no exception, getting that Forge down at the normal timing. A little bit earlier this time, actually putting that down on 14, but it looks like he probably just wants to get that Nexus on 15, I would guess.
When he goes Forge before Nexus, he's actually alternated anywhere between 13 and 17 supply, and occasionally he's gone for Nexus first. Well, once he went for Nexus first on 17 supply. So
yeah,
a little bit of differences in his openings. It's just kind of adapted map to map. And maybe that would be interesting to know, because maybe when he puts his Forge down determines what he's going to do after that if he has the timings mapped out well enough. But of course, you would need to watch his games pretty much over and over again to get to that point. But
That's
Sleep
true.
once again going down with that extractor. Creator just being annoying for a little while, but hasn't been able to. He hasn't pylon blocked any of these hatcheries yet, and I don't know if he intends to start now. And he doesn't.
And there we go. Okay, yep. Just kind of letting Sleep take that one. No big deal. It's better to do that than to lose your probe, so he's going to be just fine here. And he's also got his Nexus and his Gateway on the way, so he knows he's going to be safe. He knows he really doesn't have a whole lot to worry about. And, of course, Sleep, as usual, does have gas being mined as well, so he's going to go for that really fast Zergling speed. It just seems like it's his standard, you know. I'm surprised. I'd really like to ask him sometime just why is it that he doesn't like to go for that 3-hatch no-gas play like nearly every other Zerg does right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we can see some kind of obvious reasons, but I'd really like to know his kind of philosophy behind it.
Well, we'll see if he decides to do anything different. It's largely revolved around pretty quick infestors with heavy links at the beginning of the game, pretty much every time. So we'll see if he has a different strategy for us, or if we're going to kind of go down the same path. I mean, Creator's been playing very solidly. Hasn't really needed to switch his build up too much. He's just been able to make pretty much anything work.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, he's kind of, to a certain extent, like you said, just been able to do anything he wants to. So, and I mean, he has lost one game, but that was the game that he went carriers. He's kind of hiding that probe a little bit, but I think he's just trying to avoid the scout because he wants to see when the third goes down. But look at that, Sleep. No slouch himself. Good scouting with that Zergling, and he will find that probe right away.
That's right. So now Creator's going to make his way back in, because without the Zergling speed, of course, he can regen a little bit of shields, but now that there's 2 Zerglings there, his life expectancy is going to go down just a bit. Drone trying to get out of the way, and looks like it's going to have to take the long way around to be able to put down this hatchery.
Yep, yeah, wow, these guys really trying to fake each other out here, and Creator.Prime doesn't look like he's going to see that this hatchery goes down. I mean, he can make a pretty safe assumption, but he doesn't know for sure, so might see him have to do a little bit more scouting early on.
Wow, double gas at the 550 mark as well. Sleep picks up on this pretty quickly. At least sees the second assimilator coming up now, and then immediately ducks out and checks for the second. So very smart of him, but still a little bit quicker. Creator had been going, even when going into heavy Stargate and upgrade play and moving into Blink or something like that afterwards, was still going after gas at about, well, now 615, 620. So we'll see if he has a purpose for that earlier gas.
It's little things like what we just saw that really, really make just how amazing of a high level these guys play at. I mean, to have that sort of mini-map awareness that the gas could go down in less than like 5 seconds later. You're scouting it with that Overlord. That is just showing you just how effective, or how closely these guys are watching every little aspect of the game. Very cool to see. I love that little stuff.
And we'll see what Sleep wants to do in response. 3 more gateways coming up now for Creator, and of course he has built up a ton of gas already. Now, the last time he did a similar sort of thing, he decided to put down Twilight Council next of all, but maybe we'll see something totally different.
Yep, looks like whatever it is, Sleep is going to have a pretty good chance of scouting it. He's sending in the Overlord right now, as we can see, getting his own Roach Warren and everything else at a pretty normal time. He's building up gas to go for that lair. But how much is this Overlord really going to see? Yeah, he decided to turn back. Yep, just has to kind of wait.
Ooh, oh, gateways number 5 and 6. That's what's about to hit now for Creator.
Okay.
So, no Twilight Councils. This is going to be a 1-1 push. And indeed, we can see, actually, let's see how many gateways are out. 1, 2,
that would
3,
be
4,
7,
5,
I believe.
6, 7. Yeah. 7-gate, 1-1 push. This is going to be extremely difficult for Sleep to hold.
Yep, Sleep sees 1 gateway, but that is about it. So still more or less in the dark as far as what his opponent's doing. The only thing that he could really maybe take note of is if he scouts the front and sees the forge still going. That'll tell them that it is either some sort of +2 timing, or it's going to be a 1-1, but I don't think he's going to get a scout on that forge anytime soon. He doesn't have any Zerglings really around that side of the map.
And Creator is, of course, with a 7-gate.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Naturally, you have to
course.
get down your third base, have to be able to fall back on this. This is Creator we're talking about, so.
Yep, well, I mean, the nice thing for him is that by the time his gateways finish, he'll have enough minerals again to use all 7 gateways, which is pretty cool as far as the timing goes.
Yeah. Actually,
I completely take that back. His gateway's just finished right now, and he had like 5 minerals, so never mind.
That's this is still very, very Creator-esque. So
yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, we'll see how Sleep wants to react. He's got the Infestation pick coming up again. He's got a ton of economy. He's got 40 Zerglings that are sitting out there. But now the force from Creator is getting pretty strong. And +1 armor is just about to finish up. And, oh, Sleep scouts the cancel of the Nexus.
Yep.
That's right. This is the closest Creator will get to cheese, true cheese, when he cancels his 3rd.
That's right. 3rd base Nexus cancel into 7-gate. This is like the Creator.Prime version of the good old-fashioned 5-gate Nexus cancel that players like TSL Killer used to do all the time back when he was on TSL before Complexity.
Hey, but MC won a GSL for it.
That's right. I mean, Sleep knows it's coming. He knows it's coming, so he's going to have, as much time as he could hope for anyway to prepare, but this is going to be really tough, man. I mean, that's a lot of sentries.
That is right. So, and there's only 16 Roaches out now, 10 Zealots, 11 Sentries, 8 Stalkers are now with 1-1 upgrades finished up. These Roaches are totally unupgraded. A couple of force fields splitting those units in half. Unfortunately, though, the rest of the Roaches are just able to make their way through. It's just the sheer firepower that Creator has right now that's going to keep a lot of them alive because the force fields weren't the best, and sheer firepower he does have. Those Zerglings going down so quickly to the +1 Zealots.
Yeah, I think the game's pretty much over. Looks like Creator.Prime is going to win it. It was a rough situation for Sleep. He had some of his Zerglings that were supposed to help this fight get caught up on some Zealots that were warping in.
Yeah.
That really, really hurt the engagement. He didn't really have enough Roaches anyway to begin with. So I think we're going to be seeing the game end fairly soon here. Yeah, it looks like Sleep just not able to make enough units to fight this off.
That's right. So Creator kind of rolling to victory right now. He's already killed 23 workers. He's up 49 workers to 40. There's a GG. And Creator is now up 4-1. He's just 1 game away from taking his 2nd consecutive Fight Club.
Yeah.